Good morning and welcome to the Morning Cup. I'm Jimmy Doolin. I hope you're having a great start to your Monday. Hey, this was intended to be, when I started doing these, just a short, quick, get things rolling on a Monday. And I intend to pick up where I left off. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be on the airwaves, if you will. And I hope that you find these short messages enjoyable, fun. I noticed that when I sent out the announcement that many people followed, etc. So I appreciate that. Like, subscribe, whatever all those good things are that they say in the YouTube world. But let's talk about this buyer agency. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because it seems to be one of the most controversial subjects out there in terms of real estate. It seems to bring a lot of anxiety and concern to many people. So here's what I know. In 35 years in the real estate business, I can guarantee you that every single aspect of this has not been thought out, and it has not been, they don't know every answer to every question. I had an agent ask me, well, what happens if I have a listing now and it goes past the July 1st date or the June 1st date, excuse me, is it going to change? And here's what I would tell you. Everybody should proceed with caution. In other words, you should do what's necessary to protect you and your client. But if you really drill down into this, what's the change? The change is that you're not going to have fees listed on the MLS or BLC, depending on where you are. All right, so that's a change. So now the fee is going to be derived from the relationship. Each relationship will have its own fee. The listing, the owner of the property will have their fee with the listing agent. Could still have a buyer agent fee, but it won't be listed on the MLS. The buyer's agent will have a fee with the buyer. Now, it's important that you know a couple things. Number one, if you don't have a fee agreement with your buyer, you're not getting paid. Number two, you might reach out to the listing agent and find out if they have a buyer agent fee, because the listing agent could advertise a buyer's agent fee other places. They just can't do it in the MLS. So it could be on their website, they could do it on social media, etc. They could just simply wait for the buyer's agent to contact them. And that fee may be different than what you have negotiated with your client. So you'll want to know how that plays in with everything. But here's what I do know. At the end of the day, as a buyer's agent, you now for the first time are forced to establish what your worth is. In other words, the listing agent who used to negotiate your fees on your behalf and most of the time do a horrible job at it, now doesn't do that. Now you, as the buyer's agent, negotiate your own fees for you. That's good news, at least if you're good at negotiations. And if you're not, you need to be. So what do I mean by that? I mean, now you decide what you're worth with a conversation with your client. So what do you need to do in order to have those conversations? You need to figure out what you're worth. You need to figure out, what do you charge for different scenarios? Price points, locations, types of real estate, etc., etc. So you need to sit down, you need to put some thought into this, and you need to organize how you're going to go about representing buyers, what you're going to charge for those services, etc. So take some time. And then after you figure all that out, take a minute and practice. Practice your conversation. Sit in front of your phone like this. Say it, rewind it, play it, listen to it, but take some time to figure out what you're worth and how you're going to present that to a buyer. I hope this is helpful. And until next week, have a great week.